I met Neil at the Kenya summit for affordable housing. And there was a Kenyan guy that came up on stage and he said to us that in the first 6 months of this year, Kenya had given birth to the entire population of Namibia. It's absolutely unbelievable. Right, let me tell you about Trumod. Trumod, we are a manufacturer of alternative building products, but I thought I'd throw a bit of a factoid in here for you guys as well. There are more people alive today than have died in the known history of the world. There are more people alive today than have died in the known history of the world. Now that's a factoid, so it isn't quite true and a bit of an exaggeration, but it's got your attention anyway. So I went on a little bit of an investigation. Back in 1990, the world's population was 5.3 billion. Africa had 634 million of them, which was 12%. Move to today, Africa kicks in at 17% at just under 1.3 billion people. And we jockey through to 2050, 30 years' time, same sort of time frame. Africa's sitting at 2.6 billion people, and that's 26% of the world's population. Looking at China, India, and Africa today, we're all pretty much the same size. 1.4 billion people in China, 1.3 billion people in Africa, and 1.3 billion people in India. Let's fast forward that to 2050. 1.7 billion people in China, 1.7 billion people in India, and Africa doubles itself again. 2.6 billion people in Africa. 41% of Africa's population currently live in cities and towns. By 2050, that'll be 53% if we carry on our current trajectory. That means the entire population of India today and Africa, 1.3 billion people, will be living in city centers and towns. Do we have a real estate crisis looking at conventional building methods, or do we have an innovative solution looking at alternative building methods? Conventional building methods alone cannot look after that growth. It's simply impossible. What is required in the real estate context is residential housing to accommodate these people, from temporary relief accommodation to social housing to affordable housing to high-end housing. What we need is obviously education. We need schools, classrooms, we need hospitals, we need clinics. We need decent recreation areas, shopping centers. We need hotels, we need casinos, etc. Obviously, we need places where we can work. So what is Trumod? Trumod was invited here as a roof manufacturer. Yes, we are a roof manufacturer. We make a lot of money out of rolling roofs, light steel frame roofs for the RDP market in South Africa. We also do large span complex roofs for churches, for residential, etc. What else is Trumod? We provide alternative building solutions. We design high-performance building systems that are fire retardant, they have better acoustics, they are factory-built, they have good thermal properties, they're easy to construct. It's dry construction. Looking at South Africa, in the Southern Africa context, it's a desert, so we don't use water. Transportable modular construction systems, factory manufactured components. We manufacture the majority of our components ourselves. We train people to use our systems. We have a college on our factory premises. We build energy efficient buildings. They are sustainable buildings too, and they create sustainable business for our customers. We have an Agri-Mar certificate for our modular building system, and our light steel frame solutions are NHBRC approved. We also build in accordance with the South African Bureau of Standards where applicable. This is our latest R&D. It's a true kaya. Obviously, this is for the temporary relief accommodation in the modular building system. It's a polyurethane panel clad with fiber cement boards and has a galvanized steel roof. It is fire retardant, it doesn't go up in flames, so you don't lose half your township when somebody has a smoke close to paraffin. The TrueKai can be flat packed, sent to site. The TrueKai is easy to assemble. We've just made a YouTube video that'll have a little link on the side of the wall that you can download and you can put your house up. Only need a battery-powered drill to install it. And after 24 hours, you can start putting on your paint, etc. Actually, we've got it down to 6 hours. This is an RDP site in Cape Town called Delft. This was built in 2014 using our modular building system. This is a 300 square meter clinic. Flat-packed, sent to site, superstructure up in 28 hours. Windows pre-installed, your water piping pre-installed, your electric conduits are in, your windows are in, your doors are in. Same clinic, 3 weeks later. It works well with schools. Works well with housing as well. It also works in inner city rejuvenation projects. Curtain facades for your externals, and obviously as a fire retardant wall inside the building. This is a mixed use development that in the old ABSA precinct on downtown Joburg. Normal temporary relief accommodation, not your clapped together shack. This is made out of light steel frame and chromatic. Flat pack sent to site. Light steel frame solutions for the RDP market. Far more efficient erection than the conventional building method. This is the All Africa Games. 840 apartments built in 8 months out of light steel frame. This is the system that is going up in the ABSA tower. It's light steel frame clad with what we call etics. Inner city rejuvenation projects is pretty big in Joburg, and I think it's going to get pretty big across the continent with decaying infrastructure that's already there and people needing housing. Ripped out the entire centre and with light steel frame and load-bearing stud and track clad with high-performance boards. Built that lovely little apartment on the far right-hand side there on the bottom. And for extra space, they converted the roof using light steel frame to be let out, rent-earning properties. You can also do high-end housing in light steel frame. This is a client's customer's house in the Eye of Africa, built in 8 months. This is a multi-story hospital in Swaziland, built in light steel frame. That's what it looks like inside. This is the Tygerberg Hospital in the Western Cape. This is a student accommodation going out of the ground. Second story building in light steel frame is put up on our Q-lock system, permanent formwork. Much less concrete used in it than conventional building methods. That's what it looks like at the end of the build. You can't really tell it's a light steel frame solution. Another thing we can do in light steel frame is put up a KFC in 8 weeks. Atterbury project, that facade is built in light steel frame and hybridized building concrete. You may know what this is on the side of the M1 going down towards Joburg, the Yamaha dealership, also light steel frame. The ability for architects to manipulate and design in patterns. Another facade at the Linridge Mall in Pretoria. You guys on the East Rand may know what this is. It's the Infinite building next to Eastgate. There was the artist's impression with the model on the bottom right-hand side. That curtain was put up in light steel frame and etics. That project we spoke about with our customer in May, they finished in December. You guys from Pretoria may know this. The guys from WBHO and some of the architects here may know what this is as well. This is the Trilogy building in Menlyn, Maine. This is a multi-story green building solution. It is almost built entirely out of light steel frame. It's only the masonry between the soffits and the slabs that are concrete. The internals are made out of load-bearing stud and track. The external is made out of light steel frame clad with etics. It's efficient construction. 10 times lighter because of what's inside. You're not using brick and mortar. Obviously, it's a lot lighter on the soffit and slabs. Reduction in piling depth, slab thickness, rebar requirements, scaffolding higher, crane time, transport of materials, project management, preliminaries in general. It just saves money. This building was also spoken about this time last year. I think they're taking the wrap off it right now. Right, all you hospitality people that were talking so nicely earlier. Pod building for hotels. You tell us what you want in the pod, we'll do the walls, put it into the pod, send it off to the contractor and he'll do the rest. You can do tiny houses in it as well. What it is a skeleton. We clad it with high-performance board to make it more energy inefficient. Looks like this on the internals, gypsum board. Obviously the window has been inserted. Can be put on top of each other. You can basically put your bed pod in, your toilet pod in, your shower pod in. Lift it up, put it into place, there's your hotel, paying you a lot quicker than conventional building. Our construction methods, or our manufacturing methods, are also movable. So if there's a large project that needs steel quickly, we're happy to move our roll formers close to site and roll off the steel for you. This is a factory manufactured in Motala in Mozambique. Next to it is the roll former in that container. Please come and see us, we're over there. We'll answer the questions that you have.